Easter break and are ready for some breath work, getting mobilized, getting focused for the day. Let's start off with a little bit of shaking. It's a good way to start. I'll jump on the other camera. That's it, yeah, good. So get into a comfortable position, make sure you've got plenty of space around you. Just start off slowly. So nice and slow, keeping the feet in contact with the ground. Just using your legs as almost like pumps. It's just like pumping energy through the body, and then really just work up the spine. So we tend to get very tight, particularly in the shoulders and the upper back. So see if you can just let the shoulders go. Let the head nod a little bit. And this is where we can start to take in. Now, if we focus on the breath, we're just taking a fuller breath in through the nose. So just breath in through the nose. And then just breathe out through the mouth. It's like a sigh out through the mouth. It's like cleansing, clearing any tightness, any tension. Hopefully you've not just had a coffee or just had your breakfast. And let's do another breath in. Nice full breath in and And you can bring your wrists into it, so you can use the arms now as a little bit more of a pump. Let's do one more. Nice full breath in and And then just gradually slow it down, And take a moment just to stand, comfortable position, feet about hip width apart. Just let your body naturally rock and sway a little just to find its balance. And you can maybe just open the shoulders a little bit so the palms are just facing out slightly, and notice any tingling sensations running through the body. Getting that energy flowing, blood flowing. Good, then we're going to do a little bit of self-massage. So we'll come onto the scalp and like raindrops. So you're just tapping fingers all over the forehead, scalp. When we're focusing on the breath, we often focus on obviously the benefits of nasal breathing, but we want to make sure that we create the space for us to allow the breath to just flow nice and easy in and out through the nose. Quite often people say to me, I can't breathe through the nose because my nose is blocked. So we want to make sure that we can unblock the nose. And a great way to start is just that little bit of self-massage. All around here is all of those paranasal cavities. And you can come around the back of the head. Let's go into those big muscles into the back of the skull there. So often we get very tight here. So it's almost like you're just lifting the head up, gently lifting the head up and giving nice big circular movements right at the base of the skull there. And you might find that one side is a little bit tighter or a little bit sore, more sore than the other. So maybe just give that a little bit more attention. And if you feel any sort of like blockages, it's always a nice feeling just to take that slightly slower, fuller breath in and let go. So we don't want to be over breathing, but if we slow the breath down and take a fuller breath, it's the volume of air. You're not increasing the volume of air per minute. So it's not as if you're chronically over breathing by doing that. It's a good way of releasing tension. Let's come round now to underneath the eyebrows. This I really like here. So you just press a little bit more right underneath the brow there, and then just spread out to the side. You go at your own comfortable pressure. This is a great way. You can often feel when you do this. Again, you might find it a little bit sorer at one side than the other. And you can often feel your nose clearing as you're doing this. And then let's just do some little tapping on the cheekbones. And again, you can just do some gentle circling and a little bit of stretching there maybe. And as you do that, you can take maybe a little bit of fuller breath in. And notice the difference if you smile as well. If you had that little bit of a smile going on, it opens all of this space up. It freshens all of your face up. Great first thing in the morning. Let's get into the jaw. So get your thumbs, feel that space. You open the mouth and then just get in between there and just give like a nice circle in the jaw. Often where we hold tightness and tension. And these little things you can do throughout the day. You can just stop for a minute, 5 minutes, 30 seconds. Go into the temples gently. Gentle pressure on the temples. Just circle gently on the temples. And then go down the ears. I like this one as well. Just squeezing down the ears and just that little bit of a tug on the lobes. Just squeezing. Squeezing. And then underneath the ears, so if you can come down just underneath there. So just doing circles. And then take a rest for a moment. Just balance, just stand. And feel all the sensations, all the tingling sensations through the face, the blood flowing, the energy flowing through the face, the brightness. Put my glasses on and I can see everybody. Actually, take my glasses off because I'm going to do one more little nose unblocking exercise. So keep your glasses off. Let the breath settle. And we're just going to do a 5-second pause of the breath. And we'll do it just by pinching the nose. So the benefit of just doing a little bit of a pinch of the nose is that when you release the nose, you feel almost like that ping sensation. So it's a really good practice if your nose is starting to block. So we've done this before where we just do a 5-second pause at the bottom of the exhale. We maybe haven't done it as often using that little bit of a pinch of the nose. So keep standing. If you want to sit, if you prefer to sit, you can take a seat, but it's fine standing. Just tune in first of all with the breath, so just keeping the lips lightly together. And you've got, if it feels comfortable, just rest the tongue gently on the roof of the mouth. And almost feel that sort of like inner smile now. We've created that radiant complexion. And then after a normal breath, so you just take a normal breath in, a normal breath out, just pinch and pause for 5. And then release, feel that air just flow back in. Just allow a couple of breaths, just let the breath settle. And then go again with a normal breath in, normal breath out, pinch and pause. And then feel that pinging sensation. And again, just after a normal breath in, normal breath out. Normal in, normal out, pinch and pause. And release. So that's another really good way of sort of like opening up the nasal cavities. The other way that we've done before is a little bit of a hum. So this time we're going to do a count of 4 in, normal breaths in 4, and then hum out for 6. So we'll see if we can do this all together. I know I'm not going to hear you on Facebook or YouTube, but I will be able to hear, hopefully, if some of you have got the mics on Zoom. We could have a bit of a group hum. Yes, some of you are putting the mics on there, which is good. It'll be quite nice, actually. So keeping standing. And we will breathe in, 2, 3, 4, out. Out. Just go for 6. And again, in, out. Somebody's coughing. Who's coughing? Who's laughing? Keep going. What is really interesting is you hear the vibration. You hear whether you're using, how your diaphragm is working. Create that vibration. See how much vibration you can create in the nasal cavities. Let's do a couple more. Breath in. And breath in. You can smile. Let's change the pitch. Play around with the pitch a little bit. So breath in. Maybe vary the pitch as you're breathing out. Breath in. This is where we hear whether anybody's in the choir. Let's do one more. Breath in. And out. Great, that sounds fantastic. But it's really interesting when you hear yourself breathing out, if you like, and you can see if you need that little bit more energy, that little bit more power behind the breath, because that hum really can create that vibration, but you also feel the diaphragm working a little bit more. Let's do some movement. So let's do knocking. So taking your feet shoulder width apart. A little bit of bend in the knees. Now we've Opened up all of that space in the face. Let's open up the space in the chest. So nice and tall through the spine. Work your way up the spine as well. So notice that rotation right down in the lower back, in the tailbone, and then working its way up through mid-back and upper back and neck. And then let's bring the fists slightly together. Let's just tap on those lung points. Just tapping on my mic there, so hopefully it's not sounding too loud. And here again, it's where you may feel you want to take a fuller breath in. And cleanse and clear. Cleanse and clear. If you think about that humming breath as almost like energizing and centering, bringing that energy into the body, bringing good energy in. Cleansing and clearing is just getting rid of any unnecessary or any negative, stale energy. So another breath in. Back down to belly. And then slowing it down gradually into water waves. So it's that slow motion movement. And every time we rotate the spine, I want you to feel that sense of extending upwards and rotating. So it's almost like if you're twisting a corkscrew, it's extending up and rotating. Because we can tend to come down and rotate, and then everything starts to compress. You want to feel as if you are expanding and rotating, extending and rotating. So it's a nice idea to feel as if you're just gently lifting through the crown. It's not creating rigidity, it's not creating tightness, but it's just creating space to allow the vertebrae to rotate around each other. Just look at how the spine is designed. It's not a rigid pole. It's designed to move, extend and contract, flex and rotate. And then slow it down. Now I haven't got my glasses on, I can't see what time it is. Now I can see the time. Okay, let's do some flow. Let's go into flow. We've done a little bit of opening up, moving the energy around. Let's get that idea that the breath and the energy is moving the body. Let's start with open the flow. Feet hip width apart, a little bit of bend in the knees. Arms flow up and down. We're breathing in, just nice and light, slow, soft. Breath out, soft. And really focus on that smoothness of the breath. Bring your attention to the nostrils, that really easy physical sensation that you can notice as you breathe in. Slightly cooler air coming in, slightly warmer leaving. Remembering it's a continuous flowing movement, no start or stop. No beginning, no end to the movement. Notice that subtle weight shift as you keep balanced. So arms float up. There's that very subtle shift towards the heels. As arms float down, very subtle shift towards the bubbling spring, the ball of the foot. Bring your attention now to the lower rib area, particularly at the sides, and just notice what happens as the shoulders are heavy, the elbows are heavy. What happens to the lower ribs as you breathe in and breathe out. Again, nothing forced, nothing pushed. Let's move into alternate arms. So one arm comes up. Keeping the breath light and smooth and soft. Tune into the rib cage. What do you notice in the rib cage? Maybe one side feels a little bit different to the other, maybe not. Maybe one arm feels heavier than the other. Maybe one side flows really easily, and maybe the other side just feels a little bit sticky. Maybe not. But just tiny things you can tune into, because we're doing a nice, slow, smooth movement, as you can really notice and pay attention. Back to both arms. Just bringing the attention back to the nostrils again and just noticing the air as it comes in. Effortlessly, you don't have to do anything, you don't have to pull the air in and the air out. And then take a rest there. Looked good on Zoom, looked nice. And when you're thinking about doing movements slow, I always say there's two ways to intensify an exercise. One is to speed it up, the other is to slow it down. And in martial arts, this opening of the flow would be used as a very quick, powerful movement to knock off an opponent. So the reason why it's practiced really slowly, that if you were then to go into like a martial art, you can use those movements as a power movement. So you can go much quicker with the movement. But by slowing it down, you can tune into all the nuances, the differences that it feels like, different sides of the body, how you're breathing. Let's do Soaring Crane to finish off. Palms up. Breath in. Rotate the shoulders, connect. Breath out. Extend the spine, feel that spine wave. Breath in. Breath out. And this is very much opening the rib cage horizontally, so you can feel maybe if there's a little bit of tightness at the sternum, that really helps to open up those ribs at the top of the rib cage a little bit, get some movement going there. Still, that breath is light and smooth. Get that spiral going through the shoulders and the elbows. Moving into pulling down the heavens. Breath in. Crossing the palms, resting on the lower abdomen, bringing the feet together and closing your eyes and allowing your body to rock and sway and spiral. That visualization of just watching bamboo in the wind, that strength combined with softness. And then just taking a fuller breath in through the nose. Opening the eyes at the top of that in-breath and then giving yourself a little bit of a brush down on the head, back of the neck, arms, come down the lower back, back of the legs, inside of the legs, and on the tummy. Brilliant. Go and practice your humming. Let's get a little, we'll decide who's singing middle C next week. On Thursday, I am not around on Thursday, so there won't be a Zoom session on Thursday, just to let you know, Zoomers. But I will replay at 8 o'clock, live on Facebook and live on YouTube. I'm going to play one of the ones that I did last year in Spain when we first did the 5 elements. And I was on the beach with the sea and everything, because a lot of people enjoyed that one, so it was quite a silent one. And I know we worked on the 5 elements last Thursday, so that will be live in inverted commas on YouTube and Facebook at 8, but there won't be a Zoom session because I've got loads of work going on at the house, so it's just not going to be practical at the flat, so it's not going to be practical to do that. So Thursday, join in for that, and otherwise I will see you live in person, not in person, but I'll see you live next Tuesday for the breath work. Have a great day. Hope you had a great Easter, and I will see you all very soon. Thank you. Take care. Bye-bye. Bye.